friends. Just one thing to mention. Mike Sham has been asking a very important question, and he posed this question to Martin Kingston, whom he interviewed recently on his podcast. And Mike Sham is asking a very good question. He's asking, there have been, few meetings that were held this year between the government and business. And Mike Sham is asking, why is business jumping in to help the ANC government months before the election? Isn't that, campaigning for the ANC and propping up the ANC government months before the election? Is that appropriate at this point? That's the question that Mike Sham is asking. How could big business do that? Why don't they allow the ANC government to fail, to do not influence the upcoming election? And his view is that business is doing that. They're influencing the election that's coming up in South Africa by jumping in at this point and helping the failing ANC government. And he thinks that that is unpatriotic. It's a very wrong thing to do. And I think Mike Sham has a point. I've always been concerned about, for some reason, the government working with the private sector. To me, let the government do its duties. If they don't perform, what's the government led by the ANC? If they don't perform, we kick them out. We bring in new people. The moment you bring this thing of the government working with the private sector, or this, what is going to be big business, working with these big businesses to try and address our problems, that many of them should be addressed by the government. The problems that have put us in this situation, they should have been addressed by the government bureaucrats. They have failed and they must be voted out. Why are we trying to prop them up now, right? Why are we trying to help them? Why is big business trying to influence the election that's coming up next year in South Africa? And look, Mike Sham has serious concerns about that. He pressed Martin Kingston strongly. Please do check that interview he had with Martin Kingston. And I think Mike did a fantastic job in that interview, because really we can't have a big business propping up the ANC, the failing ANC government, with the intent, obviously, to try and help it to get good results in the next election. If the government fails, led by a certain party, we as citizens must decide at the polls what we want to do, and then I believe we should kick them out and bring in new people. That's how it should be, than to have big business trying to help the ANC, trying to campaign, because it's more like now they are propping up this government for some reasons that nobody knows. Why are they helping the ANC now? That's what Mike Sham is asking. Why are they helping the ANC government at this point, months before the election? Is that what our democracy should be? Excellent questions by Mike Sham. And I would like you to reflect on those questions, because he makes a very good point when he's asking that very big question. And do check his interviews. His interview with Martin Kingston. I think it was a very good interview. Every South African adult should watch that interview. We'll chat soon.